fellow Minecrafters. Gearsaw Studios here. Today I'm going to show you 1.18 Experimental Snapshot 1, which is the first snapshot for the 1.18 update. It's a giant snapshot containing the new mountains. So, before I begin, remember, please like and subscribe. So, with that, let's investigate. So, here we are on Mojang's webpage, and the new snapshot has released with a bedrock version. And since Caves and Cliffs Part 1 has been released, they've been working hard on making Caves and Cliffs Part 2, which now includes the new caves and the new mountains. So, they're big stuff, so it can't be a data pack anymore. So now it's a full-blown snapshot, which is pretty cool. So the big changes are the new world height and depth, the new mountain biomes, the lofty peaks, snow-capped peaks, grove, meadow, and snowy slopes, the new cave generation, cheese, spaghetti, and noodle, the local water levels and lava levels in caves have been added, the new cave biomes, lush caves and dripstone caves, now naturally generate, so that's a big one. Natural variation in terrain shape and elevation independently from biomes, which means forests and deserts can now make hills without having to make a forest hills biome, which is a big thing. New ore distribution has been added, large ore veins have been added, and integrated mountains, caves, and cave entrances. And monsters will only spawn in complete darkness, which might affect some stuff. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to affect things. So, let's look at the new ore distribution. So, this is the 5th iteration, and I'm not sure what's entirely different from the last iteration, but it seems like iron generates a lot more when higher up. So, now iron mining might actually be a competitor to iron farming. So, that's all the web page has to say. So, let's look in game. So, I have night vision on, so it's not nearly as dark as it would be. But, as you can see, there's some lush caves. And spore blossoms now generate. And the giant deep slate layer exists. Many things have been added, which I can't believe. Since I've been playing Minecraft since its alpha days, this is a ginormous change, and I'm really excited to see what has to come from this. So, there isn't too much, but there is a lush caves and vertical biomes. As you can see, this chunk right here is lush caves, but as I move lower down, now it's normal. So, ginormous things are going on here, and I really can't believe my eyes. This is so big. Like, this is the biggest update for Minecraft ever. So, I'm really excited for this. There's the lush caves again. Haven't found any dripstone caves yet, but let's look on the surface and see what we can find. So, a Badlands biome has generated, and let's see what biome it is. If it's still a plateau or it's something else now. So, gotta look at this. Wooded Badlands Plateau. So, it's still like this, but still, this is a lot higher than before. This used to be like the tops of mountains, and now, well, this is still mountains, but this is just a normal forest. Everything's so varied now, and I'm honestly super excited to see what has to come. This is a mountain meadow. So, this biome seems to have a ton of poppies and extend really far out. Then over here, we have the normal mountains. So, not everything's a new mountain yet. Seems like there's another mountain over there, but this has a very low water level, like it goes below down, and there's a surface aquifer, so many things have to come. And I really love this new generation. Here we have a village generated next to this meadow. Yeah, I'm right. So, it seems like there's a small valley right here, but it looks like this is just normal plains. Yeah, it's just normal plains. So this is really exciting. So let's look back underground again. And I still don't notice any biomes yet. But it seems like alluviums can also generate on these meadows as well. So, new way to get alluviums, which are really nice flowers. And over here, dripstone caves, generating naturally now. So, this is really cool. The dripstone caves make dripstone easily accessible, and, well, they exist now, which is a big thing. So, a round of applause for Mojang. They've been working very, very hard for this update to come out. However, it's still probably going to be until December until it comes out. And these ginormous stalactites and stalagmites, this biome is going to be very dangerous to traverse, considering you could jump on one of these and take a lot of damage. So, overall, this is really, really cool. So, right here, we have a good example of local water and lava levels. So, you can see this is a ginormous aquifer, and it's in the negatives, -13. And right by it, there's a lava aquifer. So, I'm not sure if there's an actual name, like a lava core or something. I'm not very good at naming things, so I shouldn't be in charge of naming this. So, honestly, this is just cool. Local lava, local water, just more variation for caves. Caving used to be kind of boring, just going through tiny passages, hoping you find diamonds, but look at this. Diamonds, gold, redstone, ores are everywhere now. So, caving might just completely take over strip mining for the most part. So, either way, this is super cool. So, I located a lofty peaks biome so we can look at what lofty peaks look like. And you can see tons of dripstone caves in this region. So, many things are going on with this update, and I think it's really cool. It's going to take some time getting used to, though. So over here we have meadows, and this has blue orchids, which only generate in swamps, so this is another thing. And up here, we have the snowy slopes. And the snowy slopes, I don't think they generate with powder snow yet, but we might have to be on the lookout before we see a giant pit full of powder snow. And it would be very unlucky to fall in that. And right here, the lofty peaks. So, this is what the top of mountains look like. I haven't noticed any emeralds yet, so I'm going to do /fill in order to look for some. Okay. So, I haven't noticed any yet. Gonna have to change this to snow blocks. And turns out there's just dirt under this. So, might be a new way to get dirt, but I'm not sure. So, still looking. Can't find any emeralds yet, though. So, it might not be nearly the most profitable thing to go adventuring for emeralds in mountains, but it's still cool nevertheless. That generation over there, man, this update's really cool. So, this thing is pretty hard to download, I'd say. And it's not in the form of a stereotypical snapshot. You have to download them and put them in versions after unzipping them and like putting the contents with the JSON into the actual versions thing. So you might have to look at another tutorial online or at Mojang's webpage, because they link you to a place where you can get it super easily. It seems like emeralds don't generate here due to some sort of bug, though. It says it only generates in mountains, and that might not include the new mountains yet. So, if you're playing survival mode and using this world, try avoiding the new mountains for emeralds. So, I've located a snow-capped peaks mountain, and of course, a very cool meadow, and it has a little aquifer down there, with some more examples of local water levels. So this is just mind-blowing. I can't believe how big this update is. Minecraft will never be the same again. So this is just lofty peaks. This is snowy slopes. And more lofty peaks. I teleported to snow-capped peaks, but it teleported me only to lofty peaks, which might be a bug. However, this is still very cool. And cave entrances now can generate inside mountains, so that's another thing that happens in this new update. Now there's only one announced feature that has to come, and that's the Deep Dark and the Warden. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that, considering what they've done so far. Unfortunately, archaeology has been moved to another update, so I doubt we'll see it in Caves and Cliffs Part 2. But you might have to be on the lookout to make sure. However, there's one thing that I've noticed. Deep slate copper is not supposed to generate. However, it generated anyways, so I guess it's obtainable in survival mode now, which is pretty cool. So it turns out that they can generate, however, they're very rare, along with deep slate coal. So deep slate emerald is the only deep slate ore that's not obtainable in survival. Also, over here, we have a grove biome, which just seems like a small spruce forest covered in snow that often generates near mountains. Either way, super cool. And they can also dip down to sea level. So you can see sea level 63, water at 62, so everything seems normal, but there's the new generation, which I still can't get over how cool it is. Also, it seems like snowy slopes can sometimes generate at normal Y levels, so I guess there's now very barren tundras able to generate, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be removed in the next thing. Also, this river is giant, with the smallest, saddest swamp I've ever seen, only just lily pads and dirty water. Either way, I can't get over how cool this is. So, I finally located some snow-capped peaks. It turns out the locate command just decided not to teleport me to actual snow-capped peaks. So, I've located one, and they're completely covered in packed ice. So, icebergs no longer have to be constantly demolished in order for packed ice sources. Now I can demolish mountains, which still is rather destructive, but could be better. But I'm not entirely sure yet, but this is still extremely cool. One final thing before I end this video, Azalea Trees now generate. So, I found this random Azalea tree, and there's a couple more Azalea trees around you can see. So, they look kind of out of place in the middle of spruce forest and stuff. However, if I go back into Spectator, there's lush caves below. So, now they're an indicator. So, lush caves are kind of finished now. And so are dripstone caves, which leaves only new stone generation, deep dark, warden, and potentially other features to be added. So, with that, it's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, remember, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I just released my 100th video today, so you might as well go check that out. So, with that, take care, enjoy new Caves and Cliffs generation. Gearsaw out.